Hello. I don't have my camera on. Is the show running? Okay. Whew. Let me see if I can. I think we're running. I can hear the clickety clacks. I can't see anything on the screen I'm seeing, but we'll wing it.
Take it away, RJ.
Yeah, this is another, oh gosh, do we know what we're doing episode? YouTube has switched their criteria again. They've opened up a new streaming menu and are phasing out the old one that the old desiccated RJ was using that he sort of understood, but that doesn't seem to be clearly the case now. But anyway, thank you, Mel. You made it work. You've made it work. I don't know how that happened.
Science, man. Lots of screwing up before
Silence.
you figure out
Yes,
what works.
there we go.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure whether I needed to give her separate information as to URLs and that, but apparently just that new stream key was able to finally make it through on there. And I've got the live chat open so I can see that. I can see Slade and Vesta. Hello, and they're hearing it. So we're at the moment running, and I'm going to cross fingers and hope that I can keep the camera on so that I can actually see the procedure that we've been doing for the last 8,000 years, reviewing work. And this one is replacing Darwin, which is the overly...
And he froze for a moment. So replacing Darwin. Lots of different things to talk about with that book. RJ will be back probably in a moment. Anyway, hope you all are doing well. I'm just chilling. Jackson, unfortunately, had to work. He's an essential worker. And the other folks are all knackered, man. They are all tuckered out. They're exhausted. And so they kind of took a break from tonight. So I'm filling in, freshly back from vacation. Thank you. Gonna go for it for running the show while I was away. But yeah, we're chilling like villains here. So while we're waiting on RJ, have you guys heard the good news of evolution? I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's so amazing. Poor RJ. I'm gonna, I feel almost morally obligated to do like a fundraiser to get him like a better computer. I feel like maybe I can do that. Yeah, we're still live going on here. It seems I'm having issues with the side chat. I thought I would saw everything, but I guess not. Let me pull up a new one. Anywho, what are you guys up to? Let's see. I thought I had said, okay, so I pulled up the wrong side chat for some reason. Okay. Hi, Vesta. I've not. Bessie, you're gonna kill me. I have not read your ranch adventure. Um, I'm a terrible human being. Uh, can you repost it, or I guess I can go through the comments and find it. Um, I could shoot you my, go to you if you go to my website scientistmel.com and pop in on the contact, send it to me there because that hits straight in my email and it hits straight on my website. And I know you posted it in the comments, I think, on one of my videos, and I haven't seen. It's just nuts. So, RJ, bless him. I feel like I really need to do a fundraiser for RJ. So, what do you guys think? Do you think you could help out with a fundraiser if I were to host one on my channel and try to raise money to upgrade RJ's computer? Because I feel some kind of moral obligation for that. So, yeah. I don't know where RJ went, but that's all right. He hasn't tweeted to me or like in the direct messages. So let's talk a bit about RJ. I actually have his book, The Rocks Were There. It's sitting back here underneath Mr. Rogers and Dr. Emmert Scott. Oh, I think RJ's back. I think he's back. I'm going to add him to the stream. And let's see. Did this work? Are you with us, RJ? We don't have to hold a seance, guys.
I think so, yes. And yeah, wow. I had to shut back down I would keep on getting references from StreamYard saying, there's no internet. Well, excuse me, I do have internet. And I would actually have to get back on through Chrome, go through the Twitter thing, reactivate the link and all of that. So it's evil. Let's just admit that. Anyway, I don't have the live chat on anymore, so I don't know what's going on in there. Do you have the live chat at your end?
I do have the live chat on my end.
Okay, well, you can just monitor that, and if anybody says something of relevance, just say, shut up, Jim, and here I will tell about that.
Okay, well, I'm trying to rally the troops. I'm thinking about having a fundraiser for you for a new computer, man, for real.
Yeah, well, that was actually the project that Strike was telling that he was planning on doing, and that was not long before he had his tragic accident. So that was the end of that.
Well, that's not the end of that.
So many out there are aware of the fact that RJ is running on a steam-powered computer that's still running Windows 8.
What? Oh no, RJ.
Yeah.
We gotta help you out.
I didn't upgrade it to Windows 10 because at the time I didn't think that I needed that, and I didn't have a tablet or anything, which those things seem to be faring on. So that apparently is part of the problem that's going on here. Anyway, back to the show that I was sort of doing. I think there was the links to in the video description that I hope I put up successfully to several technical papers. Jensen still is running on with a science lesson in that chapter. He's just going over material that's non-controversial, talking about clonal organisms and measuring the human transcriptome. There's a paper from 2015 he cited. So I put all of those links in there. And he had a really long organisms and where he was going after biologos on synonymous substitutions. And, it was a relatively short posting, and yet he was spending an awful lot of time on it. So there's more sources that theoretically I'll be dealing with next week, where he's just having a debate over the significance of that third codon, which is a dangerous thing to get into.
We lost RJ. I swear, I think I have a laptop sitting around that I'm not using that might be better than what he has. I think I might just send him that. I'm going to find out what the specs are on his laptop. And if I have something better, I will send him what I have. I think I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. And if he doesn't like it, too bad. It's the Scientist Mel show. It tends to be. You know what? I have a sonic screwdriver. So, RJ, hold your computer up here. Is it fixed yet? It's not fixed yet. Okay. So, guys, I think that's what I'm going to do. I do have a couple of laptops laying around that I'm not using. And if they're like a better quality than, if they're a better quality than what he has on his laptop, I'm going to send him that one. That's what I'm going to do. Y'all hold me to that. I haven't been making as much content as I'd like, and I have been like donating my Patreon money to like Black Lives Matter. So, I think I'm going to help out RJ. I didn't activate, you're right. I didn't activate it long enough. Here, let me increase the power there. Now there we go. I fixed it. I bet I fixed it this time. No offense, Lisa, for truth. No offense at all. I'm pretty exciting by myself when I have a topic that I'm doing. I did make it. See, it makes the sound. It makes the sound. No offense, Lisa. It's all right. I think RJ. I'm gonna have a chat with RJ if he gets back. I know, but it's all right. So I'm going to see what I got. I think I have a laptop. I can just send him until we can like fundraise for like a good proper computer. Gonna help him out. So guys, you want to talk about the rocks for there? I can pull that book out. I got it right here. I got a copy of the book. Did you see the really cool commercial at the beginning? So, I think RJ's back. I think he's back. Are you back now?
For the moment, did you miss me?
See, I got my sonic screwdriver.
Holy.
I was just saying, I think I have some laptops laying around my house that I'm not using. So I'm going to check your specs on your current laptop and see if these are better. I'm just going to send you one, dude, for real.
Yeah, that may be a better circumstance that I could theoretically have a dedicated unit that runs the show that's up to speed that basically I would use just for that.
And I think I can help you out
worry
with that,
about.
dude.
Yeah. Anyway, as I was beginning to say before the circles began, and presumably.
I'm just plugging your book while you're talking. Oh, God. Okay. Anyway, so the rocks are there. Shall we read a little bit out of this book? This book's pretty good, I don't know how we're going to continue on. This is RJ's show, not the Scientist Mel show. And so, I mean, although I have my own thing, I don't, I have my own type of thing I do. I don't feel like hijacking RJ's show. You're gone again, dude. So, there's so many chapters and the rocks are there. If you hadn't checked it out, he talks about inerrancy versus literalism. Okay, that's at the very beginning with the contents, and the source methods on the march, meet the synapses, bird lungs, an earful of jaw. Look at this. I don't think you guys realize, I don't know if you can see this. This is a pretty freaking thick book. And to be quite honest, there's so many. Let me see if I can find all of the references. The references. RJ's still gone. Where are all the references? They have an index. All right. I'm going to show you how thick the references are. If you have not gotten this book, you absolutely need to get this book. It's amazing. This is the references. Look how thick that is. That's the freaking references. It goes from 605 to 768. 605 to 768. So that's 163 pages of references. Looking at the very end on page 604, they've got some genetic code going on. I don't want to show you. It's like I can't show you too much of this book. Standing for Truth. Didn't Standing for Truth. Okay, so Doc Savage. I think Doc Savage read Standing for Truth's technical paper. And it was ridiculous from what I hear. Doc Savage is pretty hilarious. And he said that he offered to send it to some physics friends of his. And they were like, thank you, no. It's almost as bad as Kent Hovind's thesis, is what Doc Savage says. I haven't the patience to read things like that. I sat through the Jilly Juice paper. If you've not read Jillian my Epperly, if you haven't read Jilly Juice's paper, her response to the district attorney, the freaking district attorney, when she was in trouble for claiming that, Jilly Juice could regrow limbs and stuff. She cites Paul Revere, the Paul Revere Wikipedia page. She cites the Paul Revere Wikipedia page in the freaking as a citation in what she calls, a reference. It's why in a science paper. Oh, you don't know Doc Savage? Okay. Doc Savage has been on Jackson Wheat's channel. He used to co-host a show with me called Oral Dacity. He is currently working on a COVID vaccine. So I'm really excited for him. He's a friend of mine. He's a leading expert in immunotherapies. And he does like all kinds of different talks. And he still does. He's a traveling lecturer. He's spoken at the college where I work. I coordinated that. But yeah, Doc Savage is awesome. And in his spare time, he reads Standing for Truth stuff. I'm like, why? Why do you do that? And he's like, I don't know. I find it pretty fascinating, people like that. And then he laughs and laughs and laughs. I guess it's like his fiction, Yes. The Paul Revere Wikipedia page. I'll see if I can shoot that paper to RJ and he can talk about it sometime on his channel. Yes, Doc Savage is hilarious. You can see a lot of his stuff on my channel from when we did Oral Dacity, where we were like debunking bad science and stuff like that. And he hops around to different channels. I've had him on my show when I was doing This Week in BS, which I now do with Nervardia, who is my co-host. We talked about, the lady who says people are having demon sex, the one that Trump touted was in favor of the hydroxychloroquine. So that was funny. Did Doc Savage make a response video after reading Standing for Truth book? He did not. He's talked about it a couple of times on different channels. If you get him to talk about it, it's pretty hilarious. He's of Scottish descent. And so everything he says just sounds like magic. You know how Scots are. They just speak and it's magic. It's just magic to your ear holes, So when he talks science or basically anything, it's just, you feel amazing when you listen to him. It's like, we could use a vaccine, JG says. I know, Casey Randy. RJ is having technical difficulties. This has been a cursed stream from the start. Jackson is working. TD Lane is he's all knackered, and Tornado Pelt is worn out. So I'm like, you know what? I will co-host with you. But I guess it's not really a Scientist Mel show unless everything goes wrong at some point. So this is the thing that's going wrong right now. So it's all right. It's It's nice to see you too, Casey, Randy. But yeah, do check out Doc Savage. You can see some of our early work. We chatted with PZ Myers, Arn Raw, Jeff Holiday, Miles Power, Hannibal and Monty. Members of Geek Room have been on. Dr. Stephen Hobbs. We've had him on. Dr. Leah Torres, Nate Brody, all kinds of people. It was a lot of fun. And then he got really busy with, like real life stuff. And he's like, I can't do the show anymore. And I'm like, oh no. But there's really good episodes there. So you can always check it out, those live streams. But I am doing This Week in BS with Nervardia on the weekends now. So that'll be fun. Dr. Stephen Hobbs from Twitter. Yes. We talked about cryptozoology. RJ might try coming back without a cam. Good. Okay. Smart. I'm a big Vesta's. I'm a big fan of Doc Savage. Me too, Vesta. He's one of my closest friends now. Known him well over a year. Like a year and a half, almost 2. Something like that. Probably 2 years. Somewhere around there. So yeah. But yeah, do check it out. Oral Audacity. Only just stopped this past January. And then Nervardia just started hosting This Week in BS with me. In our last episode, apparently YouTube was like, we're going to remove it. And it violates community guidelines because we said demon sperm. Demon sperm in demon sex apparently is not appropriate for YouTube. And then they were like, no, it's fine, really. And they put it back up again. I had to plug my Periscope recording of that because we talked about demon sperm. Demon sperm. Apparently that's not good for you, according to Dr. What's-Her-Face that thinks alien DNA is in vaccines as well. That was a fun episode. All right. This really is a hefty book, guys. For real. This really is a hefty book. And look, Jackson's on the back. See, I can pretend to be Jackson. Hello. So today I was working at my job and, people really need to wear their masks better. And I almost complained, but I'm really too nice of a guy. Oh my goodness. Did you ever figure out how to summon a sex demon? Asking for a friend. I have not. But that one doctor has gotten rid of so many sex demons. I thought, maybe they could be channeled into somebody else. Perhaps. So that was something. You liked my Jackson and my Jackson thing. I actually met Jackson. So I've met Doc Savage. I visited him back in October and hung out with him in Maastricht because that's where he lives. We hung out for a little while. It was pretty cool. And I got to visit Jackson. And he did an episode of my show on the weekend. And we were eating Dat Dog. We went to Dat Dog and sat there and I had a duck hot dog that had hot mustard and blackberry jam. It was amazing. And we had some etouffee fries. It was like etouffee, but on top of fries. So it was really nice. But yeah, Jackson was like, and we were talking a lot about Louisiana. So poor RJ. I'm gonna sort him out. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna spend some time talking to him. I think this week, and I'm gonna ask him what his specs are on his laptop, and I'll see if I have an old one lying around that's better than the one he has currently, and then send that to him because we can't be doing this, man. And I do have a few laptops laying around. I like legit do. And I'm getting a new one for me for my work. And so I can see if one of the others I have he can use because it's just sitting here. So we're going to do that. We're going to help RJ out because I think this is painful for you guys because you're not used to me. Some of you are, but like not a lot of you. And it's like, oh my God, who is this woman? She's got such a busy looking house. It's like, my gosh. Brain Bug spent most of my interview with Jackson talking masks. You know, it happens. Jackson's pretty cool. We were just hanging out, having a chat. I think we talked a bit about lore associated with zombies in New Orleans, and how they have to bury people in like stone sarcophagi, you know, because the fact that they just wash into the streets if it rains too hard. They can't bury them in the ground because they're below sea level. Talked about Marie Laveau. That was a cool one. The nosers bother me to no end. The nosers. What are the nosers? Oh my goodness. Well, it's halfway through the hour. Should thank the patrons. RJ's patrons. Don't know all their names. I know Paula Gia is one of them because he tends to say that one wrong. He has legacy patrons. Thank you so much, patrons, for your continued support of RJ's show, even though he's not here right now because, you know, the world's on fire and technology is being mean. So, people with their nose poking out of their masks. Oh, gosh. I think I called them the sniveling snout sentinels because they're protesting. They're protesting with their noses out. I'll cover my mouth, but I'm not going to cover my nose. And so they have to be like sniveling, snotty children, you know. I've technically have a mask on. You're like, would you just freaking cover your nose? Cover all of your orifices that expel any kind of bodily fluid. You know, I get maybe eyes. Maybe you do want to cover those, but bare minimum, nostrils, mouth, and then you're downstairs. Cover those orifices that regularly expel bodily fluids and gas. That's all I'm asking for. Anywho. The nosers. Man, that makes my nose itch now, and you're not supposed to touch your face. But I'm home, so it's all right. Anyway. So, we're going to get RJ a new computer. That's what we've decided. I will go through. I actually have a laptop right here. I think it used to have AutoCAD on it. And I used it in grad school for a little while. I think it has Windows 10 on it. If this bugger could run AutoCAD, pretty certain this one might work for RJ. Had Windows 7, but I did update it to Windows 10. Has a nice big screen, little camera right there. I think this might be the one I send to RJ. Is a bit older. Think I know where that is. Can plug directly in. HDMI outlet. If he wants to plug into a separate monitor. Yep. Brainbug says, if they're gonna wear their mask like that, I'm gonna wear my pants like that. That's right. You know, it's like cover your orifices. Just freaking cover them. Yeah, that's all you have to do. I don't want to see your nose holes. If you're gonna wear a mask, cover your whole freaking face. Or just stay away from me. Ah. Freaking, what did they call those? I think there was like a very cheeky term they had with those individuals. Was it the mask cockers? That's a very cheeky term. I think that was in reference to what you were saying, brain bug, about wearing your pants like that. You know what I mean? Just having half your junk hanging out, you know? But yeah, I think I might just wipe the drive of this one and send RJ this one. This might be, I think I'll do that. Oh, gosh. I feel terrible. So, 9:41 p.m. for me, 7:41 p.m. for RJ. Let's see. I bet I could find something on the internet. What do y'all want to talk about while we're waiting? Perpetual hope that RJ will return to us. What do you guys want to talk about? Post office thing, that's crazy. Did you see that the Postmaster General? Yeah, it might be a bandwidth issue. You're right. There's no telling. It's 10:42 a.m. for you. Evolution. Okay, let's talk about evolution. Common thing that I hear all the time, other than like, if people came from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? And you know what? I used to think about that. I used to think that way too. What did I do on my vacation? Okay. That's shorter than evolution, so I'll cover that really quickly, and then I'll get back to evolution. So I rented an RV, and then I went to Palm de Terre Lake up in Missouri. Or I would like to call Misery, because hardly any people wore masks. And when I wore mine, it said, damn liberals, as I'm walking around a store where people are not wearing masks. Even the people who are making food at the store were not wearing masks. I'm like, guess I won't be getting food here. So I went there, camped out at Camp, Lightfoot Landing. Absolutely lovely. Doggies went with me. It was so nice. Then I rented a pontoon boat and got to tootle around the lake, playing Beastie Boys music and some other 90s bands. That was fun. Got to swim a bit in the water. Nina was not a fan of the lake, did not want to get in the water. Got her halfway in, she freaked out, and I'm like, okay. I was going to hold her the whole time because I had on the vest, and I thought she might like to swim. She does not. Nina is not a fan. Nina is like my little hairless chihuahua that's about the size of a shoe. Was not a fan at all of the water. So yeah, did that. It was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it. Nice, relaxing vacation. Still had to work a bit, but I did have data, so I could check my emails and get some work done. So evolution. So I used to be one of those people that was like, if there were monkeys, if we came from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? I was one of those folks. I was never taught evolution in high school. Didn't know anything about it. Not until I got to college. And I thought it was a bunch of, malarkey. I'm like, this is crap. None of this, I just don't understand this at all. Yeah, she might have been a light snack for a northern pike. You're correct. So I recently, like in the last few days, saw an article about a newly discovered cousin of the T-Rex discovered on the Isle of Wight. Do you know anything about that? I don't, but if you have a link, I can pull that up. Let me see if I can pull that up really quick like. Oh, God. Oh, RJ finally, he's messaged me in, oh, goodness. He said, I think we're going to have to stop the show. Apologize to those in the chat since I can't stay on more than a few seconds. May have to suspend the show till I can get a system that works smoothly. Oh, well, you know what, RJ? And he goes, I can keep the topics in reserve and pick up with it once we can do reliable streaming. Fair enough. So he's having a hard time. So I'm going to message RJ. I'm going to see what his current laptop is. You love the spinning avatar thing that's going on. Cool. I know, poor RJ. So I'm going to see if I can wipe this particular laptop I'm going to see if I can do that, clear it off, and then ship it to him. And if it runs better than the one he has. So I'm going to see if I can help out RJ. So if he has two separate computers, one for his daily, whatever he does, and another one just to run the show, I think that will be helpful. So I'm going to see if I can help out RJ, because I legit do have laptops laying around. And if it helps him, where we can have a show where he's on it, because it's his show, that'll be awesome. All right, guys. So I'm going to show his commercial for his book, because it's a really cool commercial. And then I'll sign off for RJ. He loves you guys. Thank you for supporting his work. I will continue to help him in the ways that I can, and help him get set up and run the show a bit better, and get him some tech to where he can actually participate in his own show. All right, guys. Have a great night, and thanks for being here.